We are live right on time, maybe a few seconds early. We have got a Final Fantasy randomizer game ready to go for tonight. No idea what it's going to look like as usual. Well, I do set up the basic details, so I do have some idea of where we're going with this. But outside of, I know that we've got some bonuses on the characters, and this time we're not starting with any equipment. Everything else is pretty much a toss up. I have no idea where we're really going to be going. So, nunchuck, sword, shield, gauntlet, shield, sword, knife, helmet, opal bracelet, or bracelet. Randomizers have fun ways of telling you what they're going to do. I might start setting up bingos in the future for this fun thing. It's really depends on if we get people to watch. I surprisingly get a lot of people watching Balloons TD6. That's why I have a poll for Balloon TD6 on my page. If you have not voted in the poll, even if you don't care, just vote for one of the monkeys. I'm going to be doing polls like this every once in a while for those monkeys now because I'm playing it a bit more. Legends is fun. And there's a collection event going on. So a good reason for me to just play and gather up resources. So if we go new game, we roll new duplicates. Of course, if there's a duplicate, I'm just going to re-roll it. So 5, 6, 4, 3. That's going to be Mage Evie. So 5 is White Mage. We'll call him Bozo. 6 is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a Black Mage that we'll call, I don't know. What's a good name for a Black Mage? We'll call him Char. He's got to be 3 times faster and probably die a lot. 4 would be a Red Mage who has a fancy hat. Probably the best thing about the Red Mage is that it has a fancy hat. And we'll call him Will. Because Will is a great name. And 3 is the Black Belt. So we've got melee offense at the end of the game. I don't think mods work in Blue TD6 because it's always online. It's meant to be played as an online co-op game. So I don't think it supports mods at this point. There, we'll go with the best possible name for a black belt, Lee, in honor of the great Bruce Lee. I mean, there's people who hack or modify their file and get unlimited money and things like that. Like what was his name? What's his name? The Spiffing Brit had done a video once on doing what the Spiffing Brit does and abusing the system. I don't think it's, I think they patched most of these to make sure that people don't get the wrong idea about the game. I try to not cheat in games if possible. Modding is not cheating though, depending on the mods you put in, of course. But for a game like Bloons TD6, I don't feel like I should be cheating in any way, shape, or form or modding it. For a Total War game, probably. For Grim Dawn, I just don't do it because I don't feel like it. A lot of people do. There's all sorts of mods that are fun. So, I mean, we're literally playing a mod now with Final Fantasy Randomizer. And we're going to start time and go. Okay, first thing first, I'm actually going to reorder the party. I mean, that would be the normal order, but I don't know if we've got any funny bonuses here. Plus 40 vitality. The black belt is going to be indestructible and has eel magic. That's very good. Plus 20 magic defense, legendary swords. Okay on the red mage. Bonus cure tree, resist epi. I'm not sure what epi is. Plus 10% to it and wood armor set add evasion. Wow. None of the bonus are really good, except the bonus to vitality on the black belt, which is actually quite decent. The iron stick is probably going to be my best weapon on the black belt. What do we have for armor? Absolutely nothing. I mean, the wooden armor is apparently good for the black belt, the black wizard, so we're going to stick him a wooden helmet for now. Anything good in white magic? Life is good. Life is decently good and cheap. Lamp is useless in this particular case. A-lit, A-mute is also pretty useless, especially in a randomizer. Well, we've got lit 2s. Lit 2 is not very good, but I mean, it is something. And we've got XXXX, which is, well, also something. We are not in the best of shape. Lit 2 being our best offensive spell is going to limit us a bit. The black belt swinging an iron stick for a couple levels is going to be weird as well, but that's what we got. Cabins are ridiculously expensive, and eel potion are the normal price, which is ridiculously expensive in a randomizer run. We can buy like 5 pures, I guess. It'll be a good purchase. It'll be weird to not have the fighter as the front character, as I almost always have a fighter and I always put him in front. Now we've got a black belt. I mean, technically, I think my black wizard has more defense, but it's a black wizard. It's not like it's going to have a whole lot more HP. But with 40 vitality bonus on the black belt, the black belts might not have a whole lot of defense, but it'll have a whole lot of hit points. I think it's +4 per level with 40 bonus vitality. So level 3, he's at 86, while the others are in their 50s. First fight, I always take a first fight before I go to Garland. Personally, it's just a safety. I don't think Garland's going to be a huge threat, but you never know. Okay, I do have some items. I do have some tents. All right, let's go see what's in the box of destiny. I don't want to fight bones. The box of destiny has pocket change of destiny, which is not very good. Not the best start, let's say. XXXX has almost 100% chance, has 100% chance to kill just about everything around here because they've got no debt resistance. A katana and a explosive item. The katana can be equipped by the red mage because it counts as a legendary sword. So the red mage now has a better weapon than our black belt. But I mean, black belts for the first 12 levels are rather terrible. So XXXX just kills Garland instantly. And we're good. Level 4. Save the princess. What do we get from the king? The ruby. That's a very weird item to get first. And the crystal, which is more in line with what you normally get at the start of a seed. When you start out, you generally get crystal boat, very common. Because I mean, Matoya is already open from the start. I did do the open start so we can go to Dwarf Cave without the boat. So she could drop us some of the more useless items, but I don't really need. Well, I'll take imps if the black mage hits them. See, now that's a big enough pack that it's worth fighting. My white mage is still pretty useless. Oh, the great imp have spells. Got slow. Well, everybody's slowed now. Lit 2 is not fantastic, but it should carry me through like the first few encounters we have here. So what does Matoya have to give us? A tent, a lot of experience, which is actually pretty good for a team here. The canal. So no boat yet. You have to get the boat or the canoe early on because it's one of the two things that's going to let you travel early game. So hopefully we get something good. The first, it could be in Dwarf Cave, hiding in one of the two boxes we have access to. But the probabilities are that it's the first down is going to be either Provoca with the pirates or Crescent Lake with the sages. So let's go to northeastern West South Townsville, and we will see what we have to gather from it. There we go. Ran away. I mean, the Wolves would have been okay experience, but not great. So Provoca. So the pirates will probably give us either a boat or a canoe. It depends on what kind of pirates they are. What kind of pirates are you guys? Are you the cool pirates or the bad pirates? Oh, I can try that blast item if it goes. I think it's an item that replicates fire 2. This randomizes, you can randomize anything you want, true to randomizer. To be very honest, the randomizer website has so much options. I'll just go and show it real quick. What I'm doing is basically a standard game with a few modifiers and everything randomized in the boxes, the items, etc. You can do all item loose. You can do entrance and floor shuffle. So you enter in what you think is going to be Temple of Fiends, and it sends you to Earth Cave level 3. You go all the way through Earth Cave level 3. It sends you to Sea Shrine. This is when things get very funny. Procedurally generated overworlds, even. You've got intermediate levels of play with Deep Dungeon, which is just a dungeon straight down. Your options are, well, I won't say limitless, but there are quite a few things here. Yeah, basically you put your ROM in, and it makes a software, a ROM with the randomizer for it. The adamant, Bicky, that's not a boat or a canoe, Bicky. Jeez, the items are ridiculously expensive. Wooden armor is cheap enough and good on the Black Wizard. Silver armor is not too expensive, but I need to save my cash. The pro rings are at a good price at 3,000. So we've got like a decent set of potential equipment. The Black Mage being able to equip wood armor and get bonus evasion is fun, but I'd rather have silver bracelets on everyone if possible. The randomizer world is getting pretty fun here in general. So you got a lot of things people can do. Arm 3 is not very good, but it's an attack spell if we have to deal with undead. Oh, fire 3. There we go. We've got something now. Fire 3. It's the worst of the 3 spells, but it's better than anything we currently have. Iron sticks. He already has a katana. All right. In terms of weapon, I think we're pretty much good until we find something like the Mazmune for the red mage, and even that wouldn't be very good. But hey, we've got an adamant, so we got to go all the way to the other ends of the world. And a single creep is definitely not worth fighting. I'm trying not to play the grind game mostly. I mean, I would, depending on how much money. I mean, I'll see here an ogre. How much is an ogre and 2 creeps going to give me? Probably not that much, but it's better than nothing. But I generally try not to grind until I find a good trap tile. A good trap tile will replenish your money, because I mean, I need to fight those things 5-6 times to be able to get the money I need. That's a lot of time for the little time I have to play the game every evening. Fire 3 is great against all undead. Yes. It works against most other monsters, to be very honest. There's a few things that are resistant to fire, but it's not enough to really be a problem. Come on, guys. You can flee from 3 imps. You should be able to do that. Thank you. All right, let's see. This is one of the randomizers little thing. I did an open start, so you've got more access. I can go see the dwarves without having the boat. So that gives me a little bit of flexibility. I generally do that just because it gives more flexibility and more things that can happen at the very start of the game. So if I go here, we got change, a sun sword. Is the sun sword better than the katana? 33, 35, 60. It's the crits on, it's the crits on the katana that makes the big difference. It's not like the red wizard will attack very often, but Oxyale, that is neither a boat nor a canoe. This is starting to be a bit troubling. Actually, it is getting very troubling, to be very precise here. I think I put the even more open start, though, which means I can go all the way to Elfland by land. Can I? Yes. The river paths here are now not crisscrossed, so you can go through. Astos, I've got nothing to say to I mean, the next town could be Gaia. No, Onrak, and I have to go underwater to go get my item. That would be a thing. It's with lit 2s and a fire 3. That would certainly be a thing. Would it be a good thing? No, it would be a pretty terrible thing, but it might be what I have to do. Well, then again, the marsh cave is open, so we've got one dungeon that I know we can go do. This gives us a little bit more flexibility at the start here, because normally, I mean, really quickly you get your boat or your canoe, and it's terrible because you have to go to Ice Cave. But did I not randomize the towns is what I'm starting to think here. Let me just look at my settings real quick. I might not have randomized the towns because all the towns are in their spots here. Oh, yeah, I didn't randomize the town. My bad. This is going to be a more straightforward run, I guess. Tier 3 nuke. We will take tier 3 nuke. And surprisingly, tier 2 lit 3 is not bad either, because that's against the monsters that are resistant to all other, to opposite. Monsters that are weak to lightning is going to be better than nuke. Cure 3 is a very reasonable spell, and it's not very expensive. Soft is not very expensive, so I'll just put it on the white mage. Fear is, I mean, I could do the fear. I mean, since the towns are not randomized, me getting the Oxyale now is very, very bad. Fade at level 4. Okay. That's why I didn't buy the bracelets, the pro rings, because in a randomizer, well, you're gonna be spending your money real quick. But I mean, we've got like the god spells on everything. Ice 3. No, I don't have the money to buy it, but we'll have that money fairly soon. We'll have to go to Marsh Cave. Is there an item for sale here? No. I'll buy 3 cabins, though, because I will be using those. So that basically means I have to go to Marsh Cave. My options are a little bit more limited now. Oh, chainmail. That's very good for the red wizard. Yeah, my black belt is already at like 231 HP. At like not even level 12. Yeah, not even level 12. My black belt is going to be very LT by the end of this. I mean, I've seen weird things in randomizers. The most common types of runs I do, and I've seen people do of randomizer, is this a more or less standard map with some modifiers. Fully randomized one do happen, and in these cases, sometimes, well, you have to fight a war mech in order to get the money you need in order to buy the item for sale. So things can get very, very, very funky, let's say. All right, pures. The wolves have poison bite, which is not the most pleasant thing. All right, use a tent, save, and go to Marsh Cave. Arachnids, not worth fighting. One of the most common thing in randomizer is that you get the canoe early and you go fight Carry before you go fight Lich. Carry is more or less like only thing that blocks is you need to have the canoe and a boat. Well, and a boat, because if you only have the canoe, you can only go to Ice Cave, and it is a very, very sad time. But if you have everything else, it's not as bad. Oh, the red bones have slow as well. Everybody's got slow. We've got no weird monster that have awful skills and spell very early, but we've got some monsters with basic stuff here. Okay, what's here? Phoenix Dawn. I've added the fancy item set, full cures, Phoenix Dawns. I mean, it's not even really worth fighting, but if the arm 3 goes, it should take out the zombies. I ran away anyways. Okay. Don't have any early travel spells. That's one thing I would have liked to have. Early travel spells are really good. But hey, we have to do what we have to do. We don't even have a boat right now. I mean, it's going to be boat or canoe down here. It's in a box, either loose or the incentivized one. I am not sure which one it will be. I should have randomized the towns. I am sorry. This is 100% on me. Makes the game a little bit less random. It's not as fun. No, that one. I have to remember my stun touch on the zombies. No, I'm not a threat. Stun touch is annoying, but not bad, unless it's on something that has like 12 hits, like the wizards and things like that. That will make them really, really, really nasty. But on regular things, I'm usually not super worried. Death touch, stone touch, yeah, that's more a problem. Poison touch, not too bad. Dark touch, you don't care because dark is useless anyways. Aegis shield. That's a lot of money, basically. That's a lot of money for me to just sell at the next weapon shop somewhere. That's free money, basically. Werewolves, not worth fighting. Pocket change. I never remember which one have boxes. I mean, if I keep playing this, it's the third or fourth week in a row I do a randomizer. At some point, I'll start having a better memory. Empty box. $3,000. That's like a pro ring, so that's not bad. The dynamite was down here. So we've got the dynamite that was loose in the marsh cave. So once again, we don't know what the incentivized box is going to be because there is an incentivized box as well. So another quest item or fancy thing here. Fur wolf, fur giant, not a terrible fight. I mean, this is the kind of thing that I could actually grind. Not with the damage they deal with me having no armor, though. Yeah, I forgot about that. Forgot about the fact that I have literally no armor on. And we got the canoe. Not the worst thing, not the best thing. Oof. Ambushed by werewolves with sleep. That's not very good. I mean, they'll get to their second spell at some point and kill me. I can use those blast items I have if I'm lucky. Slow too, but blast, okay. That deals enough damage to take care of the werewolves. Not even. One of them survived. And they got slow 2, which is annoying, but not too bad. All right, there we go. I mean, there could be something else down here, so I'll go grab the extra boxes. Okay, nothing else. We don't have the key, so we can't get the items at the bottom. At least those werewolves didn't ambush me. Okay, best of would be to go drop off that dynamite at the dwarves. Scorpions. Okay, they critted the black wizards, so that's kind of why. I just cast Cure 3 on the wrong character, but I've got bonus Cure 3s on tier 8. There we go. Not the best start ever, not the worst start ever, just a start is what we're having right now. A bit random in terms of items. We can go to Crescent Lake now. We can go to Ice Cave and we can go to Gurgu Volcano. So we've got a bit of the game open. Let's see what the TNT turns into. It's not hard to go and drop off, so we can just do that. We'll go buy those pro rings, I think. We should have the money for them. So it might not be a bad thing, especially if we sell that Aegis shield we got. We should have enough money. Shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. Got 16K. Yeah, we should be good. Never know when there's an item for sale that's going to be like 64,000, but it could be worse. Another ogre. Are we one-turning the ogre? I don't think we are, even with a katana. And okay, if I crit with the iron stick, in one level, the black belt's going to be better punching than sticking. Okay, what do you have, Explodey Dwarf? What do you have? He has the boat. Okay. Melmon's open. We've got the ruby we can go trade in that way, actually. Okay, where does my boat spawn if I get my boat here? It should spawn at the top right. Dock. An asp, a snake, a powerful snake. There we are. Okay. We can go to Melmond. I don't think there's going to be anything really good there. There could be armor. Is there? Yeah, there's an armor shop generally selling terrible things. Okay. Save it to N. What's at level 5 white magic? Exit that we can get now. So we've got exit. So we've got one travel spell that'll speed things up a bit. And we also have warp. Okay. To try to not have warp in the first no, there's nothing else I'll ever use at tier 5 black magic, so I can just stick it there. I don't need to look at weapons. Armors. Steel armor is cheap. It's also terrible, but it's cheap. Okay. Well, the only thing that's really good is the pro rings we can go buy. I mean, technically, my black belt's better off without any armor for now, but the pro ring would give him that resistance, which is not critical. I'm thinking about it. If I find a silver bracelet, it'd be good. Come on. Yeah, we can lit 2 these guys. Oh, there was also a spell at Elfland I wanted to get. Okay, well, let's just do basic shopping. Silver armor, it's not a huge enough upgrade that it's worth it. Pro ring on the red, white, and black mage. How much is that Aegis shield selling for? 2,000 some odd. I'm good for now. Good for now. We'll go with what we have. I know where the pro rings are. They're not super expensive, so good place to go get them. All right. We've got warp, so we can cheat Earth Cave, Ice Cave, but we do need like a level or so. Or it's level 12 or level 14 that you get your. I can't remember, but we need a little bit more levels before we can. Oh, stare and stop on the big eyes. Ugh. And I keep getting ambushed. That's the bad part. Oh, wow. Everybody's stunned. That's going to be fun. Okay. Well, lit 2. Fade. Lit 2. Lit 2 should be enough to kill all of this. They're weak to lightning, so easy enough to take out. Most water monsters are not a huge threat, but not huge rewards either. We could go see a Titan about an item as well. It's on the way. We can get that cleared out and never think about it again. So let's go to... Ouch. Let's go to Titan's Tunnel and Sarda. Explodey Dwarf. I forgot to note him down. Titan, do you have anything interesting? We will have to see. So we just murdered a Titan. Unfortunate for him, but we needed to get through. Okay. A bunch of spiders. Maybe the 2 will be enough. No, it won't be. Jeez. Spiders are dangerous. Well, arachnids. They're worse than spiders, I think. There we go. The free pro ring I was missing. And a bottle. We got a bottle. Oh, okay. That's an item. Like, we got all the Nort item already. No, we don't have the chime. We don't have the cube. We've got all this stuff to go to Sea Shrine, which is not a nice place to go. How much money do I have? 11K again. Okay, it goes back up fairly quickly. Tiger. We'll fight the tiger just because it's there. I should have XXXX'd it. I have XXXX. I should use it. Okay, we got through the one tiger. Sarda, what do you have? The rod. The rod. Seriously? Sarda, are you going to do this to me? Is this even randomized? Well, the towns aren't because I made a mistake when I programmed stuff, but well, I guess we can go do Earth Cave. Got no reasons not to. I mean, it's on the way. We're already here. There's an item at the vampire. The rest of Earth Cave is awful, but you know, we'll get through it. Okay, let's see what we can get here. What's the okay, well, this is the one thing I don't really care about. We're going to get zombies a whole lot when we try to pick up boxes. That's pretty bad. I mean, if it was a good encounter, I'd be very happy to just take a whole bunch of them. Bull. It's not a great fight. Bull with poison touch. It's an even worse fight. Okay. So let's. A whole lot of gargoyles is always a bad fight. A whole lot of gargoyles with stun touch. They really want me to hate Earth Cave this time around. Normally you just dislike Earth Cave. Now I just have a tendency to think it's going to be awful. Iron Gauntlet, useless. Cabin, not very good. I shouldn't pick up all those boxes, actually. They're usually low value. Ounce is actually decent. A little bit of money, not terrible. Gonna keep a hold of that pro ring. As soon as I get like a silver bracelet or a gold bracelet and I put it on the black belt, it's better than most natural armor you're going to get. And once you get the ribbon, well, with the ribbon and everything, the black belt gets decent enough, basically. Whole lot of arachnids, not worth fighting. That's the real problem of Earth Cave. Like in the base game, you get terrible items out of it. You get terrible fights in it. It's long. It's tortuous. It is honestly the worst dungeon in the game. Some people say Ice Cave is, but Ice Cave is just there's difficult spots in it. But as a cave, it's not that bad. Like all the pro rings, like give me all the pro rings now that I've bought them. Well, I mean, I'll be able to resell those pro rings and it'll be a decent chunk of change. Fade. I should have. There's a spell. I think it's Ice 3 that's at level 4 that I need to go buy for the Black Mage. But we'll do that once we're done with this cave. Okay. Level 12 means we finally really have, well, not a good black belt, but a black belt that's not as terrible. He's going to punch things 4 times rather than 2 times and as an okay amount of damage. He has tons of elt, which is good, but no armor right now. So yeah, kind of have to be careful about things. Grogre and Ogre should run from that. Not worth fighting. No items here. There's some over there. Just in case it's a... Wow. 3 gold. That was an entire waste of my time. Lit 2 images. No. This is very bad. This is very bad. Well, we know there's nothing good in the boxes. There's a bunch of pro rings. So we can at least skip that. Come on, you can run. Stop having broken legs, guys. Yeah, I already have 1 of the pro rings, so I'm good there. Ugh. So images are very, very bad. So let's try not to fight images if possible. Giants are actually decent experience. And die to XXXX. So we can do that. Or should die to XXXX, I say. So that's usually decent. 500, 2,000. It's not great, but not entirely terrible. So we can just speed through and just go straight to Vampire Town and take care of that jerk. Cockatrice, generally not worth fighting. Please don't have any of the really nasty attacks. Okay. Silver Knife. Guess I can stick that on my Black Mage. It's not useful, but it's there. The entirely terrible and terrifying images. Okay, we fled before they got up too damagey. Okay, it was either like one of my attack spell went through them or I fled. So this is the Bat Town. This is a box protected by zombies. You guys got ambushed by zombies. You should feel really, really bad about that. Come on, guys. Come on. Thank you. A ribbon. Now I've got a reason to put it on the white mage because the white mage has all the healing spell and the life spells. I was going to put it on the black belt, but not just yet. All right. Thank you, Bat. Can we stop getting ambushed? It'd be very pleasant. Don't have a whole lot of magic resistance, so those sleep spells do go through. Just so we can try to get out of here. We're going to try to kill them rather than run and keep getting stun locked and sleeps and slows. There you go, level 12. Vampire is, as usual, a joke. Like, there's very few situations where the vampire is actually a threat. The defense sword. Earth Cave bringing in the loose item and the decent goods, I guess. Defense sword is useful because I'm going to be using it against the final bosses. I like white shirt better, but the defense sword works well. You just buff up your front guy with it. Ugh, wizards. I can run from every monster though. So let's just run from the wizards. There, silver bracelet, pro ring. Now the black belt is decently protected. Nightmare is a very bad fight in almost every situation. Images are terrifying. This is fun. Just all the bad matchups. Arm 3 going through them though, so we're good there. Yield Potion, Dragon Mail. If I had a fighter, I'd be really happy. We found both the Dragon Mail and the Aegis Shield in like 40 minutes. A lot of images. That's very bad. Come on, run. Run, guys. Run. That's why we've got someone with the life spells and the cure spells. We found 2 loose items already, though. So there's only 1 loose item left in the game, an item for purchase. We've got the boat, the canoe. We need the airship at some point, but it could be just about anywhere in the 2 dungeons we've got left. So hopefully we can get somewhere with this. Earth Elemental, that's decent experience, actually. My black belt's not doing a whole lot of damage still, but, you know, it's better than nothing. There we go. Lich shouldn't be too difficult. He usually isn't. My black belt's got so much HP. You punch, you fire 3, you arm 3, and you fire 3. Fire 3, I think, is going to be better against him than Nuke because he's weak to fire. He's also very purple tonight. Okay. I haven't killed him in 1 turn, but the damage is piling up. There, the critical hit from the black belt killed him for not much damage, but he did it. Black belt did it. 1 orb down. Faster than the most recent games I've been having. I haven't been very fast lately. Oh, the Tigers of Crack. Of course they do. Of course they have crack. Crack tigers. That's a very common thing here in Melmon Town. At least you don't fight tigers anywhere else that I remember. They're a very limited distribution monster, let's say. I wanted to go to Elfland to get a spell for some of my guys. So let's go to Elfland real quick. From the Outer Sea. Do I have anything? Yeah, I have the key that I still need to go to the Inner Sea for. So there's still a few things going on here that could be important, but what were the items for sale here? I'm going to check a few things. Copper bracelets, not worth getting. Buy 10 houses because those are good when you have a lot of mages. Yeah, Arm 4 is not better than Fades, so I'd rather have that. And there was Ice 3. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Bane is fun, but I don't think I'm going to be using it. All right, let's get to Crescent Lake. It's not randomized, so we know it's Crescent Lake, unfortunately. Kaizoku's great for money, but not great for much else. Okay. Is there an item for sale in the item store? First thing we check. No. Silver bracelets? No silver bracelet. There's the wooden shield that the black mage can equip. This is the weirdest black mage in existence with all sorts of wooden equipment on them. I can sell the dragon mail for a decent chunk of cash. That was worded. Weapons, there's nothing I need to buy. White magic. Cure 4 after class change, so that's a good thing. Nothing good. Okay. So black magic's useless at level 6. Means saber, I guess, could be usable, but not really. All right. Oh yeah, I did speak with Sarda. Now I'm going to speak with the other guys. Greasy old men. Who has my item? Greasy old men. Stop being greasy. Give me my item. It's not always the last one. I guarantee you it's not always the last one. But in my case, it always feels like it's the last one. Crown. So we can do ordeals and Astos. We've got two things that are open right now that are actually pretty quick. So let's run from that Pede. There's no reason to fight a Pede now. Very good experience, Peds, by the way. It actually is a good monster to fight. But in this particular conundrum, not really. If it had been 4 Peds, yes. 4 Peds, I probably would have nuked them, given me a decent amount of experience. All right. Now straight north, we'll get to the river formation and get to Astos. Deep Dark Elf is a pretty easy fight normally. And he has the cube. Okay, that's an odd thing to have Astos, but fine. I don't know if he's resistance to death magic. Okay, well, he's not resistant to being just out damaged. I had hoped he had the key or the herb so I could get that taken care of already, but oh well, that's done. Let's go do ordeals. Ordeals is quicker to do than most other dungeons because it's really simple. And like, I mean, the column puzzle should be randomized because I asked it for it to be randomized, but outside of that, it's not very complicated. All right, I just need to find it now. That's Lefania. That's the Carja Isles. That's the Great Desert. So I'm on the wrong island. My mapping skills are not the greatest. I'm still learning, as they say. I remember the start of the game like the back of my hand, but the end part of the game, once we get to the north, when I don't have the airship, I'm not as good at. Yeah, okay, so this way. I don't want to fight Sahags. They're not worth fighting at this point. Come on. Thank you. There's ordeals. It's a very short dungeon, so it's worth doing. Oh, Catman. We have to fight the Catman. Because the Catman are very dangerous and man cats are even worse. So we have to fight the cat persons. They're not great fights. I'm just doing them because they're fun to do. Can just use a tent here. If you don't have the crown, you won't be able to touch the chair in the back to teleport. So we did speak with this guy. We did murder Astos. There we are. Keep going in circles. Well, let's see where things lead us. Those gargoyles are very blue, but top. It is not top, but it didn't bring me back very far, so I don't really care. Man cats. So we'll have fought both the man cats and the Catman. I can never remember which one are actually the more dangerous of the two. One of them's a wizard, the other one's a physical attacker. I think the man cat's the physical attacker and the Catman is the wizard. It just goes that way. Okay, well, middle. Middle is wrong, but really didn't bring me back far. Bottom. Okay. Okay. Zombies I shouldn't be able to run from, but I must have left that on. So that was top, bottom, top, top, bottom, top, top, top. Oh, that was very wrong. That was very, very wrong. You can use warp to bring you back, and then we go to the exit. Like ordeals, if you have warp, a few charges of warp is pretty darn easy. This is not a terrible fight. It's okay experience. It's like an Agama and a half, maybe 2 Agamas with the cockatrice. That the cockatrice are not what's worth a lot of points. What's worth a lot is the whiz mummies in the back. Whiz mummies are pretty good experience. They're pretty dangerous in the base game, but with fire and arm spells, you can usually get through them decently quickly. Soft potion, like I don't. Oh, a lot of experience. I'll take a lot of experience once in a while. A lot of sorcerers. That's very bad. In the base game, that's probably the most scary fight you're going to have because they have death touch and a lot of attacks. So they are very, very scary monsters. All right. Well, we've got through the wizards. Pocket change, the dragon sword, an opal shield. Like we've got like the best gear for a fighter ever. Opal bracelet. Not quite what I was expecting, but gonna be pretty good. Oh, I shouldn't have sold that. The the drop that. The white mage would have needed it. Oh well. It's very, very good defense. I've got 2 characters who would want it, both the black belt and the red wizard. The red wizard means we'll have fewer defense than everybody else. Okay. Well, good news is ordeals is done. So that's 1 dungeon out of the way. You never have to go in here again. I mean, there is a chance we have to go back to Marsh Cave, but the chance is very, very low. There's a chance we have to go back to Corneria for the key item. Might have to go back to Astos for the 3 boxes, and especially the okay, we can go do Tiamat. Not Tiamat, Carrie. Or do Ice Cave. Ice Cave is going to be a little bit quicker. So let's go do Ice Cave. It's not very... Oh, it's the sharks that have that touch. Well, that's scary. And we're only going to get shark and they're all going to death touch us now? Is that what's going to happen? All right. From here, it's easy to get to... I think the black belt as a few copies of life floating around. That's actually pretty good. It's always good to have your frontline guy have one of those big healing spells. Usually you want life 2 on a fighter as an example. It's a great way to make sure that you're never going to have trouble. Is that right? Yeah, that is right. That is right. That is entirely wrong. It's me that's being stupid. Okay. Come on, little canoe guys. Hydras are not really worth fighting, but they're not very difficult either. I'm single one-shotting them with that katana of mine. Katana Rem Mage is just weird, but it's life in the world of Final Fantasy Randomizer. You've got weird things that happen. I used some spells, but not worth using a house on. Got more houses than everything, though, so let's use a house. Ice Cave, pretty easy when you have Frost Dragons. Really easy when you have some warp charges. It's actually going to be trivialized by it. And if things get really bad, we've got exit as well. So you've got all the good stuff. Ice Cave has really strong monsters. There's Sorcerer Ear. There's all sorts of annoying things, but I don't think it's as bad as Earth Cave. Earth Cave is just long and boring and a slog, while Ice Cave, it's pretty quick. It's pretty straightforward. In a randomizer, you never know what you're going to get, but it's usually pretty easy. Oh, the skeletons have XXXX. Good thing I've got those pro rings on then. Without the pro ring, it's pretty much instant death, no chances of recovery. So good luck. All right, let's go this way and then down. Sorcerers I can run away from. I've already killed a bunch. They weren't super threatening this time around, so at least there's that. And we're going to do a magic trick in just a second. So keep your eyes open, kids. We're going to do a magic trick. You go all the way to the back. You get attacked by a sorcerer. I'm going to teach him not to mess with us. Ha! Killed by a black mage knife. That's the worst possible thing that can happen. You go all the way to the back. You go down the hole. And then you warp up the hole. And you can grab all 3 chests in one fell swoop. Power glove? Sure. It's not really what I expected here, but, we've got the power glove. Damage tiles. Cobras. Not worth fighting. Yeah, the black belt has too much hit points. Great axe, pocket change. It's a pretty great axe, but I've got nobody that can equip it. So. Furwolves. That would actually be an okay fight, I think. Ooh, they got frost. That's nasty. Any monster with area of effect damage is always really scary. Until you get like ribbons on everyone, then it's just bad. 6 boxes here. Mage staff, which is actually pretty good for the white mage. Even though you can't use it as a weapon, you'll be able to use it for free fire thews. Red dragon, that's a bit dangerous. Still a pretty good experience as well, so kind of worth fighting. Opal Gauntlet and Cabin. I mean, like I said, we get everything the knight would want, but nothing the other classes really want. We need the floater. We need the key to finish the game. We need the loot to finish the game. So there's still quite a few things we need. Black shirt. Black shirt is very good. But we can't use it just yet. But that means that there's no more floating items. All the other items in the game are in their respective spots. So we kind of know where we need to go for all the other incentivized items. That should make things a little bit easier for us. Full cure, that's a very good little item to find. And we don't need to do the second loop around, so there we go. Ice cave cleared. Nothing really good here, but we've cleared it. Can you stop trying to slow me, please? Thank you. Use a house. We're good. Good and healed. We can go back to the boat and kind of have to go do Gurgu Volcano now. Gurgu's going to be straightforward as well. I'm going to probably double dip it. First time to get the items at the top, then go all the way to the bottom. There's no more loose items, but we haven't found any gold bracelets or any. There's like mid-tier items we haven't found yet, so we still have a few things we have to contend with. I was going to say mess with. Let's say contend with here. All right, from the river to the sea, we are going to Gurgu Volcano. That's not how that saying goes, but hey, I'm fine with what I'm saying. Okay, we go here. This would lead us back to Elfland. That leads us back to Elfland. That's not the direction I needed to go. All right, from there you go up. Killed the Ocho and not the Nacho. The Nachos are later in the game. Those are just regular Ochos. And not Chad Ochocinco. I don't even know what he's doing now. He's probably, well, he's retired for sure because he was already pretty old when he played for the Alouettes in Montreal, but I don't know how his career ended. He was one of those football players. I randomized the lava tiles. It looks like there's a whole lot of lava here. Lava's great because you can't get random encounters on lava, but you can get random encounters everywhere else. Ooh, that's a whole lot of mummies, which is very, very, very good for experience. 5 whiz mummies is 1, 2, 2.5 agama, and maybe another one with the regular mummies. So about 3 agama worth of experience right there. Yes, the agama is a unit of measure in Final Fantasy 1. You know how many agamas something is worth, and you're usually in business. Pretty decent. 4,000 experience from that. They weren't a huge threat. That's a huge threat, though. That's a Vorpal sword. Just stay in the volcano, Vorpal sword. We don't need you. Strangely enough, the Vorpal sword is probably the worst weapon in the game. The Bane sword's not very good as a sword, but it's pretty fantastic in the fact that you can use it to bane people. Oof. 2 regular mummies. That's really not worth fighting. Iron armor. We're full up on armor? We're full up on armor. Don't think I even need the money, so yeah, I'm in 150Ks here. Well, that was a silver helmet. I didn't need to pick it back up. Wear sword, their sword, and more change. It's always just that's the regular mummy trap tile. If it was the whiz mummy trap tile, it'd be worth it. If it's just the regular mummies, not really worth grinding. All right, let's go all the way down the volcano now. We haven't found a single gold bracelet. We found a silver bracelet that I tossed out because I'm an idiot. Lava sundaes, like I said, are great because you don't get an encounter while you're drinking your lava sundae. Yes, you take 1 point of damage per tile, so it does add up pretty quickly, depending on your team. But this team here, yeah, it's currently going. Got two eel twos here that I can just throw. The volcano I'm starting to have a good hang of. Even though I've randomized stuff in it. There's our Bane Sword. And a Zeus Gauntlet. So that's free lit 2s. And Bane Sword is free Banes. And that goes on the Black Mage because with how the intelligence works, with the intelligence fix, he might actually be able to use it and kill stuff. Fade. Nuke. I had a game where I had a plus 60 intelligence on the Black Mage, and I just gave him the Bane Sword, and he just baned like all the end game monsters and bosses. It was quite disturbing. Normally, it's a random chance that Bane works, and this time it was just, yep, always going to go through. Bane, 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 Bane. Flame Shield, really good. We keep getting like really good item for a fighter that we don't have. I mean, we don't even have like someone that can use fighter equipment, which is a case sometimes with the blurring of characters. Mummies. Oh, the Black Mages. In a terrible shape. Cure 3 is going to fix that. Cure 3 is going to fix that. And more Cure 3s. More Cure 3s. The Black Belt's already at 500 hit points. This is a bit much. Pro Cape. Oh, that's decently nice, actually. Another red dragon. I think the other guys will deal. Okay, yeah, it's still at under 358 points, so easy enough. All right, this is good. We got our stuff out of this. Phantom is really, really, really bad, so please run away. We're not supposed to be able to, but it's 2 Phantoms. That's really, really, really bad. He doesn't have any spells or skills, it seems, so at least there's that. Silver Knife, useless. We did find a Pro Cape that I will put on the White Mage because he doesn't have a bracelet right now. So just buff up the defense on this little guy. Incentivized item in the volcano is at the Flame Mail spot. So it's not a bad spot for it. It's just not always the easiest one to get back to. I wasted a Cure 3. Giant. That should be easy enough. I mean, it kind of has to be the floater because there's not much else that we can do in the south. Okay, no, okay. There's still the herb and the key that I completely forgot we can still be doing. So the herb is going to lead us to either the key or the floater. And the floater would be good. The key would be good too because it would get that out of the way, and you need it to finish the game anyways because one of the doors at the end of the game is locked for some reason. It's just how they set up the game originally. Okay. Crippling Eel Potion Addiction. Go. Carry. Guess I can Defense Sword. Oh, watch out. She's got ink. She'll make our people not be able to see. Okay, that's not a big threat from Carrie. There we go. That was easy enough. Orb number 2, done. Okay. So now we have to go all the way to Healthland. It's not going to be that hard. Come on. Come on. We can run away from this. Thank you. Okay, the black belt's starting to deal decent amounts of damage as well. Did he get his extra attacks yet? No, I think he gets them at 24. No bonus accuracy on the black belt this game, so no free bonus attacks, unfortunately. All right, we got to go see a prince about an herb. That'll be faster if I go to the outer docks, unless it's the key, which is, I mean, there is a decently high probability it's either the key or the floater. Let's do a betting pool here. Key or floater? Wake up, Prince. Key, which is good because I mean it's out of the way. There's no more floating incentivized item. So every box is something that can be good or absolutely useless, like in this case. There could be good trap tile in Northwest Castle, I mean, but not necessary for me to go check. There's the boxes in the Dwarf Cave as well. It's a lot of boxes, so it's a lot of money. And there's 3 gold bracelets floating around in boxes, so there's still things I want to get. Pro capes, ribbons. There's plenty of good things still in boxes. So let's go check. It's not the piranhas that are going to stop me. Silly piranhas. All right. So you go around to the side to the castle treasury. There's trap tiles here. Sea Shrine, Pile of Pain. I mean, if I want experience, I know exactly where I need to go. And this is a party that doesn't really care about experience. I mean, I can class change at any time, and it's not going to make much of a difference. So if I really want a power level, this is one of the 2 best tile to do it. The other one would be Slime Time, which is the slimes, which is even better experience. But Zombie D's, meh. Compared to the Sea Shrine Pile of Pain, it's not worth fighting the Zombie D's. I have a feeling I will be burning through all my lit trees. I mean, unless they've got like a really nasty skill and I haven't seen it yet. But I mean, a lit 3 seems to go through the entire formation, and then I get like 3,900 experience. I mean, it's kind of worded. The black mage should be doing more damage than the red mage in most of these encounters, just because of how the intelligence bonuses work in this particular version of the randomizer. If they attack first, they can kill me. Okay, that's one thing I need to be careful of. Fade does the trick mostly. Lit 3 is generally very good too. Okay. I mean, Sea Shrine Pile of Pain is really good experience for the difficulty it is. I always get the lobsters, though. I like the sea snakes are better experience than the lobsters. Lobsters give more money, if I remember right. But 2 trolls every time. Trolls are good at everything, basically. They give both good experience and good money. So, Hard to refuse seafood in this game. Seafood is one of the best food groups. See, more sea snakes. That's what I wanted to see. Only real reason you'd want a class change is for some of the equipment you could get. Why did I cast Ice 3? Well, it did the trick, but I casted Ice 3 when I can cast Lit 2. Lit 3, I mean. Okay, I've got some fades left. I've got one Lit 3 left on the Black Mage. So this will be enough seafood for now. That's a lot of seafood. We got a lot of seafood out of this. It's like we're in Delaware or not Delaware. Maryland? The one by the sea there. I know normally the lobster is more of a main thing, I guess. And that's what's we've got here a lot of. So don't know what place in the world is famous for its sea trolls. Sea snakes, I think, is more in the Pacific that they live. I'd have to. Silver armor. I think he's got a chainmail for now. Yeah, silver armor is better than a chainmail. Excalibur. Coral sword. That's not very good. Well, we'll have a red mage with Excalibur pretty soon. All right, let's just get rid of the useless weapons we've got. Ice sword is useless. That's a very rare situation. Excalibur is better than a katana. So we've got a red mage with the Excalibur. So not entirely worthless to go to the dwarf cave. And let's go get the actual incentivized item with the key. We're not going to go get the bottom of Marsh Cave. For 3 boxes, it's too much of a time investment. And I know there's no incentivized item hiding down there. So let's just go under the bridge if possible. We'll stock up on eel potions because that's also a good thing to do. And I mean, killing the Sea Shrine Pile of Pain like 5 times like we did just filled up our money inventory. So I'm not worried about spending cash anymore. Eel potion maxed out. Houses, I'll buy like 20. Should be more than fine. Soft potion, I'll buy 10. Pure potions, they're very cheap. So let's just max them out. And we should be good to go. There. Cleared out his inventory. And castle. All right. Now, it has to be the floater. Unless I'm completely wrong and I've got one more floating item, it should be the floater. A short sword, that is not a floater. And it is the floater. Good. Good. Like I said, class changes for some equipment item and some spells, which can be picked up at just about any point in time. So I'm not worried about that at all. We already did ordeals, so that's already taken care of. The Death Touch sharks are always a problem. As I said, the Death Touch sharks are a problem. The black belt with 600 hit points getting instantly killed is unpleasant. All right, come on. Let's get the desert. Airship Desert's down here. Airship, which was retconned to have been built by Sid. It's a retcon because there's no it's the only Final Fantasy with no mention of Sid is Final Fantasy 1. Unless you play any of the remakes. If you play any of the remakes, then there is mention of Sid. That's Lufania. Don't need to go there. Here I can finally use that bottle. There's not many spells left. Eel 3 at level 7 might be usable. I already saw Cure 4. Silver and gold bracelet. Gold bracelet for 6,000? I must have messed up something. Okay. I don't need one on the... Okay. Drop this. Drop this. I don't need one on the black belt because he's already got the opal. I must have made the armor really cheap in my settings because the armors are... I don't need any weapons. Item for sale, potentially. No. Is the item for sale stuck at the caravan vendor? Possibly, depending on how I set up the randomizer. It is possible. Fairy as the Masmune. The Excalibur was not swung this game, so we are still on a streak of not swinging the Excalibur. Okay. That's space. I can go to space, but I can't go to the tower yet. That's ordeals. Okay. So that way will be the other set of town and the Karja Isles, which I can't do anything at for now. Caravan vendor, do you have the item? The slab, for some tragic reason. We do need it because I don't know. There's a very high probability that it will trade for something we need to finish the game. So this is an unfortunate situation. All right. Well, could go see the mermaids already, but actually I'm going to go do waterfall real quick because that's another really quick and easy dungeon. Mud golems, probably one of the worst fight in the game. Bad money, bad experience. They don't hit that hard, but they hit hard enough to be a problem. They've got lots of hit points. It's just a terrible fight, period. Iron golems, that's a good fight. Mud golem is a very, very bad fight. Will we see the out of bounds bat today? There is an out of bounds bat potentially where we are going. Come on, out of bounds bat. Not a great fight. I should have ran. Oh well. If it had been like filled with whiz mummies, it would have been worth it. But even there, 2,000 experience is not bad. I mean, the waterfall is literally... there it is. See, that's out of bounds bat. He is flapping away, not getting in our way. He's a great bat. The undead pile of pain, which is not a good pile of pain compared to the sea shrine. The Lit 2s were very bad originally. Now they're not as terrifying. Zeus Gauntlet is doing the work. It's free lit 2s, basically. If I had a light axe, I'd prefer it. But hey, robot got the oboe. Oboe, hautbois en français. There. The light axe is right behind the monsters that need the light axe to be easy to kill. Experience, money, experience. Like, this wasn't a terrible thing, and we needed to do it because we need that oboe to finish the game. So really, we're missing the tail and the chime. And the white shirt. Oh, Wyvern's got stone touch. Because of course they do. So what is underwater is going to be the question here. That's level 7 spells, so maybe something useful here. Ice 2 blind, that's pointless. Fog 2, life 2. Sure, Fog 2 and life 2, those are two very good spells. Fog 2 a little bit less than life 2, but life 2 is very, very good. At level 7, not the greatest, but it's usable. Oh, yay. Hello, Mr. Twitch bot. How are you doing? Oh, you're getting banned. That's what's going on. All right, let's go see the mermaids. We haven't found any additional ribbons. Ribbons wouldn't be bad to get either. There's still a whole lot of boxes we can gather. So eel potion, it's pretty pointless. Yeah, this door randomly is locked by the mystic key in the sea shrine, where you have to have the mystic key to go to. There's a few oddities like that in Final Fantasy 1. And that's not a randomizer oddity. It's in the code of the base game. Because I think originally you were supposed to have a much more open start of the game. You were supposed to be able to go just about everywhere. Oh, Gimera poison on the water elementals. That is very tragic because that is a very nasty spell. And water elementals are fairly common. Outside of the ribbon, there isn't. Well, the Aegis shield protects from poison as well. So there's two things, but it's not the best element to be weak against, basically. Black belt is punching for 300 on sharks. The Mazmune is dealing more damage. That's a whole lot of money. Grape sharks and regular shark. Grape flavored sharks are a very common sighting in these dungeons. All right. Mermaids, iron staff. The second light axe. Like, not the very best thing to get. It's really the ribbons I want to gather right now, because that would make a big difference. There's the other pro cape. That is not a terrible thing to get. Maybe. Well, the other things are incentivized, so I'm not. There's nothing really catastrophic that I need to get, but. So what's in your boxes, ladies? Chime to go to space. So the tail is likely in... No, the tail could be at Lufenia as well. So before we mess with that, we'll go do the tablet turn in. So it's out of the way, and then we just have to be more or less go mode. Melmond this way. Go give the tablet to the professor. And then go all the way to Lufania for something. But then again, we're pretty much done with the fetch quests, so that's not a bad thing either. I mean, you could go and do space before we do anything else. That's the wrong town. Ordeals. The giant desert with the tower, and the only place you can really land your boat to get to Lufania. Ankylos are awful. Run away from Ankylos if you can. They deal tons of damage and are very, very nasty. Our Ankylos are even worse. So any of those dinosaur things you try to run away from. Oh, those things, that's the things that have stone touch. No elemental resistance except on like one person is very bad. I'd much rather find ribbons quickly here if possible. And white shirt. So Tail is in space after all. Tail is in space. We go do space first. We could very well do space first and then go take out the nasty squid. I think that's actually what I'm going to do. Oh, but space means Warmech if I am to clear it. Ugh. Oh, did I put obligated Warmech? I'm not sure I did. Warmech is very bad to fight. He's really tough. But I mean, there's a whole lot of boxes in Tower and Sky Castle. Gold bracelets. I've just bought mine, so don't need them. We'll do Tower. Get the incentivized item. Leave. Do water. Something like that. Not quite sure how I want to do it, but we're working on it. There has to be a pro cape and a ribbon somewhere. Another katana. Do I have anything I can drop in my armor? That gold bracelet. Okay, the wooden helmet and the wooden shield. Don't think I really need anymore. All right. Saber-tooth tigers and medusas. It's not a great fight. All right. Catman and Saber-tooth tiger is not a great fight either. Not a common encounter, though. There we are. And down here. Cerebus, not a super good fight either. Flame sword. I am going to take a few fights because I do need the experience. Oh no, they're resistant to fire. Why did I cast fire 3? I wanted to cast Nuke, I think. Oh well. We're still through. Level 26, quite reasonable. No ribbon. No ribbon at all. All right. Let's get to the teleporter to space. Is this even randomized? It's a blue dragon, like it's supposed to be. The black belt is able to punch the blue dragon into space. Good. Medusas. The big packs of Medusas and stuff are kind of worth fighting, because they do have a decent return on investment. Hardcore manticores are usually pretty easy, actually. So we will be taking the hardcore manticores. Like Ice 2 goes through them. So that should tell you how bad they are. Ice 3, sorry. And 4,000 experience just for beating up a few manticores. Decent enough. Our pal DI. Actually much more threatening than that beholder D&D has been trying to push around recently. And he's always our pal. He gives great experience, great money. Sometimes he has spells, but, you know, we won't put that against them. Come on. I need ribbons. There can't, like, the ribbons can't all be hiding, like, at the bottom of the sea. Or at the bottom of Marsh Cave. That's about the only places left. Money, 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 money. Ice sword. I mean, we've got like all the good swords, all the good weapons. Nothing our party can use. Rock golems. Bigger threat, to be quite honest. Where's my ribbons? Show me potato salad. Nope. No potato salad. Just another eye. It used to be Beholder, but they kind of had to change it because D&D went after them. But that was a long time ago, before they even got quite litigious. Same with the wizards. They used to be mind flayers. I think wizards were mind flayer and the sorcerers were Illithid. And then they had to change the names. That was in the Japanese version. Geez, that's a whole lot of eyes. Usually you don't fight that many of them. And I will always take an eye because that's like 3,000 experience for free. That's 4,000 experience for free. That's a heal helmet. I am not going to be using a heal helmet, so let's not worry about that too much. Oh, Great Naga. That's an uncommon encounter. And also pretty good experience and money, so we will take it. Level 28 is very good. That's the tail. It had to be. So we've got our tail. We can go to Behemoth. There's all the boxes in the Cardia Isles I haven't checked through enough. So there could be like 2 ribbons in Cardia Isles that I could have gotten all the way earlier. That would be terrible. I gotta stick the power glove. Did I drop the power glove? I dropped the power glove, didn't I? No power glove strats, no tempers, no fasts. This is going to be a rough end to the game just because I've dropped all the good items. Fast is probably level 8, and that would be very bad. All the way south is just computers. Here we've got 4 boxes. Wizard Staff, which is useless. Ice Mail, which is very good, but we don't need. Sentries and guards. I mean, I'll take them. They're decent experience. Not great, but decent. Okay, the black mage is Ert. The white mage is Ert. Those things hit like trucks. All right, we got through it. I mean, I'm not worried about being able to beat the final boss even without the fancy equipment. I've beaten Chaos without anything fancy more than one time. It's just not optimal, let's say. If we can get the black belt to level 32, it'll already be a huge plus. Can probably try to find where fast is. It's probably hiding in some place. I'm not even sure when I dropped the power glove. I add the power glove and then I didn't. So I must have just dropped it when I was doing inventory cleaning and stupidly dropped it. And you can't recover those equipment, unfortunately. So we have to go all the way and hope for the best. Hey. Is that just the computer rooms? Yeah, that's just the computer rooms. Yeah. No need for the computer rooms. Where's the way up again? Those things hit too hard. I'm trying to run away from them. There we go. There's the way up. Then there's the weird thing that I never understood. Ooh, a whiz vamp. That's another uncommon encounter. A single sentry, still going to run. They hit for 99 on someone with decent defense, so that's a whole lot of everything's. I mean, we've got the defensive items, so worst case, we just grind on the bosses. We've got a few heal spells, we got a few cure spells. Really not super worried. 2 whiz vamps. They are very punchable, as you can see. And decent experience out of them. Come on, I just need to find a way up, and I never remember how to actually get to it. Okay, it was 2 whiz vamp. Now it's 3 with 1 whiz vamp, 2 whiz vamp, 3 whiz vamp. And I think 3 is the max you can get, but I mean it's starting to get annoying. There we go. I mean 5,700 experience for this. I'll take it. I honestly never understood this particular puzzle, and nobody could ever explain it to me. So, I mean, the experience good, but all right. Where's the darn stairs up? There they are. Is there a Warmech guarding Tiamat's room now? That's the $1,000 question. If there is, I'm probably in trouble. If there isn't, we're probably good. Black Dark Elves. No Warmech. Okay. We're more or less safe here. I'm just gonna eel. The white mage has more hit points than the red mage. I think that's normal, actually. The black belt is already at like almost 830. I don't have the power glove, so I can't just buff. Don't have any useful items, so just punch. White shirt. Fog 2. And you have Banesword. Let's try it. What do we have to lose? I mean, the Banesword could work and we just go through the fight easily. She's got Fire 2. Okay. Banesword. Come on, Banesword, do your thing. Sleep 2. Ugh. Think I've got enough defense up. Oh, she's got fast. That is not good. But that does mean that none of the later bosses will have fast either. Slow. Very nasty. Okay, I am in trouble here. Nuke. Ink. Not super threatening. But I have to beat bosses with attack spells, and that's generally not good at this point in the game. All right, let's go trade in that tail. Come on, Cardia Isles, please. No, that's Matoya's. There we are. Anything useful in those boxes? Saber, Opal Helmet, Silver Shield, Ruse Staff. That's not very useful at this point. Pocket Change, Clot Armor, Wooden Shield. There has to be 2 ribbons and a pro cape left in the item pool, and we've cleared up most of the boxes. I am not liking the odds here. Change. Eel Staff. Copper Gauntlet. Ow. Like, how am I not getting, like, anything useful? Unnecessary long. Always. Class change, please. Thank you. So you can equip the white shirt instead of your gold bracelet. You can equip the black shirt. So we've got some elemental resistance, just not very good ones. And then we can just cast exit to leave this place altogether. Where is my stuff? Where is my stuff is the question. Large knife. Phoenix Dawn. Opal Gauntlet. Did they remove the ribbons to add some of those items? No, it's supposed to be gold chests. Let's go kill Kraken. Grab the boxes on the way. No, there was... I didn't check Lufania. Maybe that's where the fast spell is. Go back to Gaia. See what the level 8 spells there are. I mean, it's not the regular encounters that I'm afraid of. It's really the bosses, because I just... Even with a black belt with decent levels, it's going to take a while to kill those big bosses without the power glove. Generally, with the power glove, you just saber a couple times and then bingo. You just deal like 2,000 damage and you instant kill everything. The fact that we haven't found the Ribbons Eater is another quite puzzling and troubling case, because there's 2 of them missing, and we've opened like most boxes. Maybe not in the Earth Cave, so there might be some hiding at the bottom of marsh, in the Earth Cave, and a few places like that, which is not places I want to go back to anyways. This is not entirely speed running, but speed run enough, you know. I'm trying to learn how to be quick at these games and not make stupid mistakes, but that's... Like, you see something that hasn't too much defense, I'll deal like 700 damage with a black belt on them. So the black belt can do a very nice job at taking out just about everything, as long as they don't have much defense. But most bosses will have a decent amount of defense. Basically, that means I do need to take as many levels as possible. But we know where the Sea Shrine Pile of Pain is, so if you wanted to go level 50, I mean, we could go level 50. That's usually never what you want to do, but it is a thing we could do. All right, the tiny floor, the floor that has a stair that goes down. We can actually run from this, because I set up that we can run from these guys. So just run from the terrible encounter that has no positives. There's boxes here, a cabin, and another cabin. Wow. The water elementals were really bad. They had Chimera poison. Yeah. Don't want to mess with those too much, unfortunately. Ice Shield. Hyena Ogre Fight. Nothing really needed there. Neil Helmet. There's like 3 items I want to get, and I'm not getting any of them. But I have 2 wheels and 2 horses that are printing right now. We're going to have horses and wheels for a chariot. Let's just kill the mud golem. It's in the way. We don't have fantastic defense. Even though we have good defense, it's not fantastic. Okay, level 32, at least the black belt now has 2 extra attacks. So he can basically punch even more things into orbit. Large knife. Don't need. The ruse staff is not very useful either. Gargoyles, not worth fighting. Okay, I just don't know where the ribbons are at all. Like, where can they be? Kraken, I've got what it takes to go through him, I am sure. Kraken's not super difficult as a boss. He deals a lot of damage, but as soon as you have a couple of white shirts up, he's no longer a threat. So, easy situation there. Gargoyles, run away. There, finally, a second ribbon. We've got something going here. Put it on the black belt, so the black belt doesn't die since he's the only real source of damage. Gershark Big Eye. Okay. One of the ribbons could be in the past. It is possible. But the chances are that I actually pick it up if it's in the past are... No, I think I put Short Temple of Fiend. So it might be Ire. It could be in the present in one of the locked boxes in Temple of Fiend, or at the bottom of Marsh Cave where we're never going to go. Or back in Earth Cave where we're never going to go back either. So there's... Let's cut to the chase. We're not going to get those things again. All right, let's go and kill us a octopus. That's a lot of seafood. It's a lot of damage, but if we go through them, that's a good chunk of experience. So, and I will need all the experience I can get here. If I can get to 35, 36 with that black belt, I think we're going to be in business. I don't need to heal him all the way up because he's got already 600 hit points. Seafood. Defense sword. Ruse staff. You have the white shirt. And you've got no buffs. Normally I'd be like fasting or something. Yeah, 243. That's a whole lot of damage. But now we've got a defense sword up, a white shirt up, and a ruse staff up on the other guy. You cure 3. White shirt again. And you lit 3. I mean, it's damage. I mean, he's still hitting for a whole lot, but seriously, the Rem Mage needs to do something for it with his evasion because he's just not doing his job right now. Lit 3, fade. Lit 3. Let's just try to kill it with magic, which is the most awful way of killing a boss. Okay, the black belt punched for 312. That wasn't terrible. All right. Gurpeed. Let's just take it out. We'll go check the spells at the various stores. Try to figure out if there was nothing good here. That's one thing I remember off the top of my head. Let's max out. Let's buy as many houses as possible. I'm in the housing market, I guess. Eel. Okay. I want to find fast. If I have at least fast, we can get the black belt to do the super punches. So that's not a bad start. But it has to be like in one of the terrible spots. So, all right, let's go check our towns and hope we find fast quickly. Okay. Here was lit and old. Nothing good. For white magic, eel 3, which I will take. It's a decent amount of eeling in combat, so that's kind of worth it. Arm eel 2 ruse. Nothing good there. Fast is at levels 8. So we've got like what? No, 5 casts of fast. Okay. We've got a decent number of fasts to begin with. Okay, we might be in business. A lot of fast means a decent amount of damage. Even though it's better when you start getting crits. If I had the power glove to temper and saber, it would be better, but we just made the mistake here. All right. Let's go check the Temple of Fiend in the past. Oh, no, there was level 6 magic I wanted to get, I think. I think Cure 4 was at level 6, which would be a incentive here. 10-second loop songs are annoying, but that's what we have to live with. Okay, I think Cure 4 was here. Yes, and both the white and the red mage can take it. So we've got a lot of healing. The black mage can saber, which is useless. Okay. Saber's a huge buff of damage, but it's self only. And on a black mage, it's not very useful. Sorry to tell everyone. All right. Let's go to the temple. Let's go take a little bit of seafood first. Take a little bit of seafood to go before we go to the Temple of Fiend. I don't like grinding, but kind of have to here. Actually, I've got the Zeus Gauntlet on him. Zeus Gauntlet might actually like go deal enough damage to kill off the rest of the enemy after a lit 2. So there we go. As we can see, it kind of worked. Not great, but it kind of worked. 6,000 experience from that. Okay, good. We should be able to power level our way a little bit with this. I also have to be around over 350 HP on each character for the nukes to not kill me. So I am barely there with the black mage. So I do need to punch and cook a couple more platters of seafood, I think. Zeus Gauntlet not being great on that roll here, but it might be enough. The others roll well. The others rolled well. We're in business. It's a whole lot less experience than I would want, but really a full platter of sea snakes and trolls would be the best at all time, but you don't pick the fights. You just take the fights you get. I am picking fights, though, but never mind. That's an expression here. Like, about the only thing that would be better for experience than this is the slimes. We haven't seen the slimes, so I have to live with what I can find. And the slimes are weak to fire, so no, it would still be a very good fight for me because I've got those fire 3s at low level. So I mean, it's not bad, just not the best. Lit 3, fade, lit 3. We'll basically empty our arsenal of lit 3s and see where it takes us. Like, I keep getting the worst possible, well, not the worst because it's not the least amount of monsters possible. But sea snakes are better than lobsters for experience, unfortunately. All right. Fade. I mean, if I could save spells, it'd be great as well, but I don't really have that option. Do I have the Tor Hammer? I didn't find the Tor Hammer. See, this is a bit of a better fight. 2 snakes. Zeus Gauntlet dealing pitiable damage. Fade going through them fairly quickly. Good. That's experience. That's probably, for experience, this particular setup is probably better than the full 6 snakes, full 6 lobsters. All right, that should pretty much be good. Wow. We rolled low on every single attack there. $4,806. I mean, it's about one of those fights, maybe 2. So we're still in business there. Okay, the fades are gone. Still got a few lit 3s, but what the end result is. Everybody's 37. I need 3 fights or so to level up now. I've got 5 lit 3s left. I've got a Zeus Gauntlet and a Dream. Yeah, we're out of fades. We're almost out of lit 3s on the Black Mage. Don't think it's the best thing to do here. We'll try. The best thing to do is to try and hope for the best. Wrong spot. There we go. It's closer to where I want to be. Temple of Fiends. Let's go check those boxes on the side. Those are locked normally. Water elementals, not a good fight. Not a good fight at all. Money. There's a pro cape and a ribbon that I'd still want. That's basically it. A single water elemental I can take care of, though. There we go. It's kind of like a ribbon, but very bad instead of very good. That's what I found there. That was a terrible situation. All right, let's go back in time. Short Temple of Fiend should be quick enough. Some experience, a silver hammer. Nothing useful. Great. Lich, I think we should be able to just punch through him, even if it's Lich 2. Yeah, punching through Lich 2 worked just fine. Punching through Carrie might be a little bit more difficult, so I will actually White Shirt, and I will Bane Sword. Especially if she crits the White Mage, that would be very bad. All right, we managed to do 2 bosses. There we go. Now it's for the difficult ones, so that's where things get a little bit dicier. Defense Sword. Ruse Staff for yourself. White Shirt, and you fast the black belt, please. Fire 2, wasted turn, I'll take it. Punch. Lit 3. White Shirt. Lit 3, I mean, we better just try to deal some damage. 5,587, not very good, but not terrible. Zap shouldn't affect anybody. We've got high enough defense. Keep white shirting, and you just keep using the Bane Sword. I mean, if we're gambling, we're gambling. Okay, he's still able to hit 12 times, so that's good. Tiamat. Defense Sword. Ruse Staff. White Shirt. Fast to black belt. Oh, she's got nuke. Oh, the black mage is dead. That's very bad. Okay, fire 3 is not as terrifying. The black belt is punching for a decent amount of damage. Yield 3. And you... Bane Sword. It's silly, but it sometimes works. Okay, Tiamat's got all the nasties. Every single bit of nasties, she's the one who got them. Okay, but she's dead now. All we got left is that jerk Chaos. We've got those full cures somewhere. That's fancy. Should keep them for battle. Chaos. Defense Sword. Ruse. White shirt. Fast. I mean, Ruse just increases your dodge by a good amount, so... Okay, Chaos punched. We'll take a punch. We'll actually double up on defenses as much as possible. And since the Black Mage's got nothing useful to do, Bane Sword. Come on, Bane Sword kill on Chaos. That'd be the most based thing ever. Nope. It was just a first try. Oh, the Black Mage died to he died to Bane as well. Oh, let's get him back up with a life 2. Because he might be useful at some point. Punching for 1,300. I think we're in business. There we go. The Red Mage just slashed through Chaos. And this is done in 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 31 seconds. I'm getting faster. And this seed was a little bit weird. So I'm actually happy with my results. We will be doing more Final Fantasy randomizers every Sunday. I think it's a fun thing to do to start the week, I guess. Not 100% sure what this week will entail. We'll probably play Bloons TD6 a couple times. We will probably be playing Grim Dawn a couple times. We have the Battletech chatting stream on Wednesday. We might have a Mega Mech game. I don't know. I do have a video up for members only for now. It'll be available to everybody on Wednesday because I think it's a good day for me to drop that one. And, well, thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you have a very nice rest of your evening. I'll see you guys